Well, we've gone by another month and we ran out of gravel. So what I did was I took some of the trucks that were in our construction thing here. You can see they're just sitting there. I don't know, do we have things assigned? Yeah, there's no gravel for them to pick up. So I now have 4 trucks running gravel back and forth, but that's not what I wanted to come here mostly for. Just thought I'd tell you that that was happening. I think I want to try to ramp up even further our clothing, and I figured I'd show you how I did that instead of just talking about it. So I want to try to keep the proportions, right? Where if we look, we need 160 people to do the 2 clothing factories, right? So what would be like the next jump up would be like 50, 40, 40. Is there another, should we, I don't think we would get it balanced out. Now, if you look, our fabric has gone up a little bit, so we might be able to cheat that a little bit, but that's sort of doubling the number of people that come here, which I'm concerned about. But then again, the worst case scenario is that we make max clothes, which are our best export, and then maybe don't make enough alcohol and food and have to end up purchasing that. So let's go ahead and do this and see what happens. All right, so I'm going to take this guy up to 50. Now, we might not even have enough buses for this. Take this to 40, and we're going to take this to 40, right? And that maintains that ratio. That would be, 160. Half of that would be 80, right? To half of this would be 50. So that, we should have the right proportion of people coming. And I'm assuming this, and it seems to be that this divides it pretty nicely, 25%, 25%, right? But now what we could probably do, let's up this. There you go, 26. So a few less to the bio plant. I'm not sure exactly how that changes things. We might do it another chunk, right? Because we only need 15 at the other one. All right, if we do this, it's not, these numbers are kind of funny. Right? Yeah, so we'll keep that at 15%, and we'll see if that, keeps us in fuel. But then what that's going to do is it may starve out the amount of alcohol that we're making, but I'm kind of okay with that. And then what I'll do is let me make this 50-50 again, just so that we get a few extra people here. One of the reasons I'm doing that is because our food is pretty much full. The timing here is a little bit, if one truck comes in. And then what I'd like to do is come over here and see, do I have some more people to yank in? I think I might, just because of what I did, even though I'm jumping the gun a little bit on when I was usually moving them over there. Those 3 people can stay there. So how are we doing on our housing over here? We still have plenty of room in this one. All right, so we're just going to take like one thing out of each of these. One group of 10 out of each. So now we're up to 105 there, giving us even more people over here. And hopefully this will work out pretty well. I'll try to keep a little closer eye on it while I balance out our construction happening. But that should get us even more imports to be able to build more things, right? Because again, if our clothing is prioritizing the people, and we look at our economy, I know I've gone over this 4 times, but let's go to this year. And we look at imports, exports, right? Far and away, 46,000 in clothing for only 12. So that's only like a few trips compared to like this, where we were selling board. Are we still selling boards? I don't really want to be selling boards. Oh, I didn't mean to close this office either. So these guys are still working away. And again, without any gravel, we're kind of grinding to a bit of a halt, which I'm okay with. We're getting this road paved. And, like I said, I got 4 trucks on here. And we do have some gravel. So what are we? We're not waiting on anything. We're just, there he goes. Yeah, so we're getting out there. I don't think we need too much. No, I think we're done with gravel on this, which is good. Didn't really need to do that. Probably should have thought that through and got a little more gravel up this way so we didn't stop this. Oh, look, we got steel. So now we can assign our people movers, our people construction to come up here and build that. All right, what is this? Is this... you shouldn't need people, but you don't have a mechanism. Oh, that's another problem. I really wish... Well, in this case, the bulldozer went over here, and the excavator went here. but that left us without an... I know I could probably buy another excavator at this point. I don't really need it. We're not going to really be doing construction, but as soon as this guy gets done, he'll come over here and complete this phase of the football field without needing any workers stolen from our clothing line, right? Same thing here. Like, they'll hit... This one's not assigned yet, so I can... Well, I want to build up the gravel a little bit more. Yeah, let's build that up before I start assigning too many more things, even though this is pretty small. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Doesn't need that much. We have enough gravel for it, right? Oops, and I closed that again. And then this one, the road's built. So yeah, I'll wait until we get enough gravel to get that up here. Again, I'm not in a huge hurry because the more money we spend, you know, like I'm going to balance out that loan and not go nuts with that. But I wanted to show you guys that. I know this is going to be a bit of a broken up episode, but that's okay too, right? We need to get it done. Bus stop. Yeah, bus stop really doesn't need that much. Now I'm closing all my... Getting so excited I'm talking and closing things I don't mean to close. I usually just leave these open. Right, we'll get them filling that one in too, since we have the gravel already. And they have to make trips all the way down there at this point for the asphalt and the concrete, so it's not bad to get them ahead of that. All right, well, there we go. I just wanted to give you a little flavor of what I've been doing for the last 3 hours in real life. So this is one of those episodes. I know I had a request to make episodes every day, and I would, in a lot of ways, I would like to, but some episodes are really quick to make. I spend an hour, hour and a half recording it, and then there's episodes like this that are going to end up taking me 5 or 6 hours just because I have to, you know, fast forward this much time in between and work on things. All right, well, there we go. So I will be back in a little bit. Welcome to Tashkent. We still have one more house to build. Let me shrink these things up. But we can move some people into Tashkent. And one of the things I was thinking of, we really have been struggling with getting people consistently up here. It looks like all of our buses are out on the job, aren't they? I was hoping to steal one. I don't want to take the workers away. What are you doing? Where are you at? You're heading back. So yeah, you're the one we're going to steal. So let's grab you before you go steal workers and put you in this one. Now I'll move all the buses over to here, so... At least I think I will. Do we have enough room? Yeah, we got enough room. Good. All right, so that bus will come into here so we can, if we move people in, we can get them working out of here. Now, the next goal is to get this and this completed. So this is the college and the little tiny village doctors. So let's see about getting that assigned. The first phases should go well. Now, I should... Something... Yeah, did I get that? Yeah, it's so weird with the clicking over in this area. This building didn't allow for any actual mechanism, so you couldn't put a crane in here. And it didn't, no excavator in the very first stage. So this had to be done completely with people. I don't know if that's intentional, but it's certainly different than most of the other buildings, if not all of them, where they have the different phases, where the excavator goes out, then the cranes can come in. This didn't allow for any mechanisms. So again, I don't know if that's intentional or not, but there we go. We've got one of them built. So let's shrink this, and we'll go grab some people. Now, I don't think we have many in Reverville. If we have, yeah, see, we're down to 19 in that building, 19 here, which is fine because that's where we got our firehouse. I don't really want to take any out of there. I think we could take at least one shot from here. And this one's down to one person. Now, are we in a little bit of a die-off? Let's see. Well, this month's... No, not... I mean, maybe a little bit more than normal. But we're still keeping ahead with our births, which tends to happen, right? You tend to get past that initial phase, and we're 10 years later almost. We're in July of 69 now. So if we look at this year and we look at the deaths, you know, it gets more consistent, right? It's hard to follow these. Sometimes it's easier to just look at this, and you can kind of tell if people are dying off because this blue line up here, see how it's sort of just steady going up? There's not as much wave to it as there was maybe in the years past. Like if we do last year, See, it's a little more curvy there, where it went up faster in the beginning of the year, then kind of plateaued, and then went up again. But that's showing us that we're not, we're staying ahead of the burst. Look at that, 480 kids. We're really growing. And that's one of the reasons I'm pushing towards more cities, right? More expansion. I really, if you guys can't tell, almost, that's where I really want to get the steel going. Now, we're not out of time. I guess we probably have about 10 minutes left in the episode. I always go over, but in that ballpark. When the videos get this choppy, it's a little hard for me to tell. So we got these two assigned, and they'll start getting the concrete and the gravel and all over there. And I didn't actually bring people over. That wasn't what we were going to do. We were going to grab people here. Completely forgot what I was doing because I was talking too much, right? And I think we're going to grab some people from here. Yeah, see, there's not so many in there. Yeah, we'll grab some people from this one, too. And I don't want to completely fill these houses. I think I'm going to give each of them 3 shots. So we only want to take, like, one group out of this one. And so we'll take... This is the one that goes to the bus platform. So let's take 2 shots out of here. And then, since this one is just doing the other things in that town, we'll take 3 shots out of there. Now, the school... We don't have a store. Tell me we have a store. Oh, no, we don't have a store. All right, pause. That's not good. Let's head back over here. Oops. Well, I know what we'll be doing next, and it's not what I planned. So let's go back and... All right, so we're going to... We need to take these people out. They're just going to escape anyway. Oh, the best laid plans of mice and men. All right, so let's play again. Well, we almost had people in here. Yeah, I can't believe I overlooked a store. Now, where would we put the store? I'm thinking we would put more houses over this way. So I'm thinking that maybe we should put equipment for citizens. Well, let's see. Do we have any modded thing that's... I think I didn't like the little tiny store that we had before. In the meantime, we'll get those other things shop, right? Yeah, see, these things are just so little. I need something in between, you know? Yeah, so we're just going to go with plain old Jane. Yeah, we'll get a shopping center. Yeah, we don't have anything like a cinema either, do we? Maybe we'll look for a small... Oops. Oh, you know what? Part of the problem is it's... See how it's like, looks like it's... I don't know if you can tell, but it looks like it's way in the air. If I zoom in... Alright, I'd kind of... Let me, before we do that, let's get a road. Kind of around the bus stop. It doesn't look that great, but... We'll have another one like here. Or do we have it this way? We kind of already have a road out there, don't we? Yeah, is that sort of straight? We're just going to do this for like a guideline of what we want to do. All right, I don't plan on building these immediately, but the idea would be that this would be... It's I don't think I'm going to do the honeycomb thing. That was not straight. Like make it parallel with this one back over there. All right, so now this, the reason I put this one in is actually because as we do the store, I would like to think about... All right, so we do this... Okay. It's really annoying. Yeah, I think it's a shame the road isn't on the other side, right? That's all right, this will work. And we could connect the footpath if we want to. We don't... Well, yeah, we want the road because I don't really plan on building... Let's go back to the roads. I don't really plan on building this road cargo station immediately, but then that'll let us do... Something like that. All right, and I put the road in ahead of time just because I didn't want to... you know what, we're going to make that one road project. I wanted to be able to make sure I could get it past there. All right, and we'll probably have to come out a little bit wide. There we go. And then we can delete this. All right, so that'll give us access in there. And again, these are just sort of placeholders to see how things will fit together. Then we'd have like these roads that I'm kind of planning on that coming out. Yeah, we might even build these because we sort of run into these periods of time where we don't have that much for them to do, but maybe we have a lot of gravel. All right, so let's see. Can I get that fairly straight relative to the other? Yeah, I'm thinking maybe we just do... No, how about right here? Yeah, you had it. All right, so that'll be a way in and out. And then this one, we'll just try to make parallel to that one. Zoom in so we can... And that one probably won't go all the way down that way. And that gives our bus... Well, our bus is all the way over here. I don't know which way they'll go. Probably this way. But there we go. So good. So we're... well, we need that darn store. So I guess we should assign it. Let's get that assigned. Now, is this big enough for a mechanism? No. So I'm just gonna, just for the sake of, we'll get this going in the next episode. All right, I'll get the store built. Let's get a footpath. We can get working on that, right? And I think just cut it over this way a little bit. All right, we'll get that assigned. And same thing with people. Oh, wait a second. No, we're going to have people. As a matter of fact, cancel this. All right, we should be done, both of these houses. So let's get these buses and move them up. Oh, no, well, we won't have people. Sorry. I was all excited about having people, if you can't tell. Yeah, so let's assign this and this immediately. So as soon as there's gravel there, they'll start sending people up. And then what I'll do with these other two is once we have the first phases done, get all the stuff up here, I will, keep that moving along. But let's take a look. Let's just commit to these roads because I think I would like to. Well, let's let them get the city built first, but then real soon after that, I'll get this road being worked on once we get the gravel and asphalt to these other projects. And I don't know if we're going to build this. Let's just for the sake of remembrance. Yeah, it's really annoying. It might not be as annoying for you guys, but it's really annoying. I go to click on things and it only works a third of the time or 2/3 of the time. But before the episode ends, let's take a look at what we would do as far as getting coal out of here, right? We could do a little bit of designing, and here's the reason why. I would like to point out that it's been quite a while since I paid off the loan, and I probably could have taken out less of a loan than the $1 million, but I just wanted to be consistent. But we're already paid down to $836,000, and we still have $350,000. I forget exactly how much we had, 400 and some thousand. So we're really doing pretty well with actually paying the loan off. And, I expect that every time I start up construction, I'm going to affect things, right? Because I take people away from making exports. But, we're really doing quite well on this. The money's not going down very fast, and I haven't even really looked at the economy myself. This month, we're halfway through it, plus 28,000, but I'm really curious to see plus 30,000 last month, and that was also including, chemicals. So that's pretty reflective, plus 30,000 a month, I would have to say. If we look at this year, we're plus 284,000. So we're really doing okay. I mean, I know it's not great, but it's so much better than we were before that I'm just feeling like, we might be plowing ahead just directly to the steel mill with iron and just see how it works out. Because even if we get into over $1 million debt to do this, we're paying it off fairly well. And then all the other constructions will be cheaper for having the steel. So, because it's really not making prefab panels and bricks, and power would be good, but we can get that done first, right? Before or after the steel mill. But it all starts with getting a coal mine up here. So let's see if we can't do that. And we wouldn't do it that way. We would do it this way. So we got a coal mine. Now it doesn't have to be all the way up. It's hard to tell. I wish I would make this a little bit clearer, but there's smaller and bigger blocks. But I'm just going to kind of take this guy until he is, right, all green, right? That's one of the reasons I did this. Now let's spin it around. It's probably hard for you guys to see, but I'm just going to make them, I think, just like that. Oops. Yeah, let's go up. So like just in this neighborhood. Right, and then I don't actually want to build it there until let's show wireframe. I want to level this out a little bit more. Boy, it's been so long since I leveled anything. All right, so let's do this, right? Especially back in a little bit. Off the side a bit. Not too worried about the front side there. That'll just need a conveyor, but I want to make sure the road can come off this way pretty well. So let's, right? Yeah, as a matter of fact, we want to be towards the steep part so we don't interfere with our thing, right? So how's that look? So we should be able to get a road down here. Let's see where we would head to. You know what? By the way, somebody suggested it would be easier to do things with the wire, but I'm just sort of deliberately not doing things typically with the wireframe, right? Just so that, because every time I put on the wireframe, I end up with square cities. And when I don't have that on, I don't have this uncontrollable urge to just constantly, what do you call it? Just I constantly want to have straight square roads and all. Like this way, we'll just build the roads where we want them. Though when it comes to coming out of this hill here, it might be good just to understand the depth of it in a sense, the height differences. Sometimes it helps to know, okay, I can go this way. I find it's good to come off of these a little bit straight. And then what do I want to do? Can we just come right down to here? No. I mean, we could, but I don't want to. Yeah, see, and this is where seeing. Let's put the wireframe on, though. See, it's just getting too steep. Can do this little number. Why don't we? I don't know if that's cheaty or not. Where are we going to? Like here. So I can already feel myself being compelled to line up with that grid. See that? Boom, right lined up with the grid. Just kidding. Come on. Let's go to like here. Not lined up with the grid perfectly. That's just coincidence. Right, and then there. And then that way, this road that I just built, when it comes to getting buses and employees, not perfect. Maybe we can do like a cutoff road in the long run, but that gets us nice to our construction and also, possibly to get up there. And then let's talk about some conveyors real quick, and then I think we'll end the episode and go from there. So now if we were to have conveyors, what I would picture is, if we're going to do those other ones, we'll probably do it in this flat area here, or this, probably over here, just because we'll have some conveyors in the way here. But I think we can bring coal in right there, right? So if we bring it over this way, maybe we leave it just at the bottom of the hill might be good, as long as we can attach it all up. Too long. Okay, that was part of the reason I tried that right there. Oh, come on. this way. Oh, that was delete the conveyor, not... Really? I thought it would delete... It wasn't letting me delete the... Yeah, so can we go to the bottom of the hill? It seemed like that should be too long. Too long. I do wish it was a little bit... It would sort of stop you like the roads do. If you get out of view of the roads. I have to go up on this hill a bit. There we go. And since we did all of that, let's make sure we can get a... this really doesn't need to be a gravel road. We'll make this a... And I don't really... Yeah, it'll be green. That's what I was worried about now. Can we get all the way over to our steel mill? It's not looking that way, is it? What are you doing? Yeah, too long. So we're going to need another one. Which is kind of okay, because that might work into what we do later. No, it is a little more expensive. Yeah, let's bring it over this way. All right, and then we can kind of go straighter in and away from where we would bring in the iron. Not that it matters, probably, but what the heck. What? I don't think it matters which side we attach to. There we go. Those will be relatively expensive. But again, we can always decide to, like, if we really want to be cheap about it, we could always decide to build this, have trucks just drive the oh, no. You know what? We almost made a... by that, I mean my engineers in our... almost made a big mistake. Yeah, let's... Yeah, you know what? We almost made a very... I like to make this mistake periodically. All right, so this will have to be here. And actually that works out pretty well because then our conveyors won't be too long. Now the problem is... Yeah, let's get this guy a little bit over this way. We're going to need a... Yeah, the other ones need coal too, so we really... Yeah, it's a shame that that isn't working out like I expected. Now that you need an excavator. I thought we had one. All right, let's just put it where it's green. Yeah, we almost didn't build ore processing, which would have been bad. So yeah, the other thing would be to put that up in the hill, but I don't know. It's a lot of leveling. Let's work around. I'm trying not to do so much leveling in this series because it's one of the reasons I like this map, because we had the big flat area here, and when we get into some other things later on, I'm going to have to do some leveling, but I'd like to work more with the terrain than I did in the last one. But again, that's one of the reasons this playthrough will be a little bit... Now, we're definitely kind of over the hour, so let's just get this done. So I want to go like this, right, for two reasons. One, we can then take... We don't want to take coal ore into our power plant. We want to take coal. And this will get us over to there nicely. So there we go. We should be able to get a road under here, I hope. Right. Yeah, can we go right through there? Let me go a little further. I think the other connector is like up here. But this road could be how we get people to our ore processing, at least to get started. And then at some point we should probably consider... I'll just put like regular track down for a minute. How would we get like a regular track through here? Because I would like to make sure that we can get our people, because we're going to need a lot of people in the long run. Why won't you let me... Really, it's too close to what? I'm a little surprised it's too close to something. Okay, yeah, it just doesn't like... Let's commit to the road, see if that makes any difference. And then we can always get rid of... Oh, there we go. That's the problem. All right, let's delete a lot of that. All right. And then if we commit now, we'll be able to get that track a little closer. I just want to make sure we can get past the... Like, as if I can't get through here with this train track... Oop, that's a road. I almost had it. Right? If I can't get through here... Yeah, it doesn't look like I can. I'd rather swing the road wider. Alright, so we'll take, even if this, well, the other question is, do we, now I'd like to get a stop that would get the steel mill and this, and then I'm not too worried about getting, because we'll have other industries over here. Yeah, so do we take our railroad track, let's like act like it's coming from the city there, and we'll stop it here. Curve it around here. I'd like to go through here kind of straight, right? We'd have like a double track. Oop, I missed. Yeah, good. That will attach up, and then this would. Right, and then really we'd probably just end up with like a stop here or whatever, but this will be a good reminder for future plans. And then the road. Will the road go under here? Yes. Ooh, ooh. The railroad tracks might have gone through there too, but yeah, you know, because that's sort of. Let's see. Can I get? Let's delete a chunk of that. There you go. All right. If I do this, then that will attach up, and I can get rid of that. Right? That's not too bad. And again, we're kind of out of time for this episode, for sure. But, you know, there's a start of ore processing, coal ore processing, coal mine. You know, eventually feed into our steel mill there. And if nothing else, we can get a power plant coming off of this conveyor here. But we'll talk about more of that in the next episode. Let's get rid of the ugly wireframe as we say goodbye. And I will see you in the next one, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. We're doing 20 times better at least. So that's, well, maybe not 20, but, well, yeah. Compared to one point, we're doing infinitely better because we were doing pretty bad there at a point. So we've turned it around, and it was a great, I think, switching plans a few episodes ago. Cooling my tool in the steel mill definitely is paying off in spades. How's our food doing? 23. Yeah, see, we're not producing enough food. So eventually here we're gonna start buying food versus exporting clothes. All right, guys. Well, once we get the store done, I will come back, and then that way we'll be ready to fire up this town. As a matter of fact, we need to get that assigned. I'll do it right after the episode. All right, guys. Have a good day. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.